Just a quick update video on the heat. We're taking this thing to Tennessee, in theory, as of now. We're gonna quickly do an oil change because it's brisk, dark, and we gotta go grocery shopping, have a bunch of other stuff to do. Also gonna change trans fluid. This body, not the motor, probably the trans, has 180 something thousand miles on it. Pretty sure the trans is original. And cold weather, it doesn't like to go backwards right off the bat, or in drive, shift to first gear or out of first gear when it's cold. If you let it heat up, it does just fine. So we're gonna drain the trans fluid, gonna do the trans plug, and hopefully that fixes the issue. And in addition to me laying warm up before we leave, then it'll hopefully make it Tennessee. We don't want to have to get this towed back or put the tow bar on it and get it towed behind my dad's car all the way back as well. We want to take this so we can actually go wheeling. If I take my truck, I'd feel a little upset doing trail rides and such. So this will be more of a trail rig down there in Tennessee, which would be nice. We have family friends down there that's going to show us some trails, take the scenic route, which would be awesome. So let's dive into this oil change before Hannah goes into the fetal position and knock this out. Second vehicle I'm under today. At least they're both my own, not someone else's, even though I don't mind that. So, you know, you gotta pull the drain plug on the oil pan. It's still nice and warm. Just add the warm out and pull this drain plug out. Drain this oil and pull the filter. I do not have my filter tool, which is good. I'm just gonna shove a screwdriver through it and twist it like that. It's accessible though, which is nice. Alright. Well, that was tight. I'd probably tighten that. I think that's the O2 sensor I gotta do. It might be easier to do it from down here. Oh. Shit in my eye. I'm gonna stop touching stuff, so stuff's falling in my eye. I'm using the big beer pong bucket, which I'm sure is good. At least we don't put drinks in there. Typically just put water. Hopefully this doesn't pass the bucket, or that's gonna be unfortunate. Let's see how much of a mechanic I am. Oh, is it going in the bucket?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought I missed it.
I see.
Alright, we're gonna let that drip drain. GoPro keeps falling off, too heavy. We'll be right back when that's done draining. Realized a little too late, once the oil was already coming out, that we were parked on a downward hill, so all the oil was on this side of the pan instead of where the drain plug is here. So I got the jack on here. You guys know how sketchy I am with jacks. It's on like a quarter of a bracket on quarter of the plate, which is always good. So we're gonna keep draining this oil. I've been throwing this oil that I've had for the last 3 years in here a little bit to kind of rinse it out and try to have this come out of the drain plug instead of the old stuff. It's probably not working, but it's good enough. So once that stops dripping, put on the plug and then try to get that oil filter off with the flathead screwdriver I have over there. Definitely was not prepared for this stupidity here. Should have backed it in probably. Are we blinding each other at the same time? Or? All right, so it's just drip, drip, drip at the moment. So what we're gonna do is jack it down so I don't have to lay under it in this situation with the jack in a sketchy spot. Put in the drain plug and then try to show you guys my oil filter sketchiness when you don't have the right tool to pull the oil filter. We have them at the shop, but I totally forgot. Worst part is I planned to do this today and I totally forgot. I'm sure Hannah's proud. Proud to be an American. Put it on the drain plug. You don't want to go ridiculously tight with these. You want to make it tight enough. We're gonna make it tight enough. I normally choke up on the ratchet about halfway and just give her. Because if you give her on the end, then that's gonna probably snap in there, which would be good, but not that good. All right, don't go far with that drain plug. I'm still gonna need it. You want to grab me that flathead? This is gonna be messy. Okay. So on these Jeeps, it's actually very easy to change the oil. It's easy to get to the drain plug, and it's easy to get to the filter. The filter is right here on front. It's able to fit the 5-gallon pail under here, which was very nice. Now, unfortunately, the axle is directly under the oil filter. Let's see if we can crank it by hand. Oh. So there's a bunch of bars in the axle right here. So it's gonna drip over everything and not be a direct fall. Oh yeah, it's spinning. If I didn't have to poop, I do now. All right, so I think I twisted it a little bit. Oh yeah, there it goes. All right, whew. It was kind of tight, but it didn't kill me at least. Oh, there's a plug in here. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's a twist. That's even worse. All right. All right, very nice. Very nice. Oh, no. Is it on the mat?
Yeah.
Great. Some people say you should fill the oil filters if they're straight up and down. This one's sideways, so it's all right. Let me see that new one. It looks the same-ish. Fram! You probably shouldn't dip your finger into a dirty oil pan, but you take the oil that came off the unit, you rub it around the seal, give it some lubrication, some dampness. All right, so we got some dampness on there of some dirty oil, which is good. Now we're gonna put this on. One of my favorite YouTubers, Vice Grip Garage, Derek, says write the date or the miles on the oil filter. I'm not gonna do that because I don't even know how many miles I've put on this one. The Jeep's at 183, but the motor's at like 80,000. So I don't want to confuse myself. So we'll just put it on there, hand tight. We'll give it a little extra. I had to use 2 hands to pull off the other one. Just gonna use 1 hand and that's it right there. So that's on, drain plug's on. Now we're gonna top her off with oil. It says it takes 5.5 quarts. So we got 5 quarts, and then I'm gonna put in 0.5 to a whole quart of diesel oil. It has just all those vitamins and nutrients the motor may need. So let's dump this in, and then we gotta go grocery shopping. All right, now we're just throwing this 5 quarts in here. I got this funnel at Walmart. Whenever you leave Walmart, crumple up your receipts and then hand it to the theft protection people in a ball. That's what I do. I know it's kind of not a good thing, not nice, but if you're gonna call me a thief, I'm gonna crumple my receipt in a ball and hand it to you like that. Definitely below freezing, little chilly.
Actually, at the freezing point, it is 32 degrees.
Fact check. It's not below freezing, it is freezing. You see any leaks there, honey? My lovely assistant. So the only thing left on this Jeep to do before we leave for 10IC is that trans flush. I gotta finish topping off this oil, and then I got one O2 sensor on the top here that I gotta do. Don't have to, but I kind of want to. The inspection's bad, but once we're out of New Jersey, I don't think they're really gonna bother me too much. But by the time we get back, hopefully no more codes, and I can go to get this thing inspected. All my other vehicles don't need inspection, so this is like not something I really like to do, obviously. I do self-inspect my diesel, don't worry guys. But after the trans flush and that O2 sensor, she's gonna be minty. These tie rod ends, or whatever you may call them, definitely gotta be filled with grease, and we're gonna probably bring the grease gun with us because there's a lot of slop in that steering wheel, and Hannah says she feels like she's an intoxicated person driving.
Literally, you have to go like this to drive straight.
And I could use probably a nap time instead of driving 10 hours straight. Done it before, but
Let's make it a nice non-driving vacation, maybe.
yeah, we're not going to drive every other day for a month straight. All right, we just want to give you an update video. Show you guys where the heap's at. Yes, here she is. She's basically ready for our trip. We're gonna try to film this trip as much as possible. Thanks for watching. The GoPro died before I could do an outro. Apologize. The heap should be ready for Tennessee shortly. Gonna be a long drive. Hopefully it stays as faithful as it has been. Not too concerned. Figured I'd put out a bonus video for you guys. We've been pretty consistent, posting every single Monday, and it feels good to be posted again. We appreciate all the views, likes, comments, and we'll see you in next week's video.